What is going on, guys? Fitcho here, and welcome to my 250 sub Q&A. Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Thank you guys so freaking much. It's absolutely crazy the support you've been giving me recently, and I cannot thank you guys enough. I never thought in a million years I would hit 250 subs this year. It's absolutely crazy. And if you think back, most of you will not remember this, but there's a few of you who might. August 3rd, I think it was August 3rd, I hit 50 subscribers and I made a thank you video. And in that video, I said I wanted to hit 75 subscribers by the end of this year. And here we are. It is the 29th of December, 2015, and we are on 275 subscribers. It's absolutely ridiculous. I cannot thank you guys enough. It's absolutely crazy, and we've surpassed my goal for this year by 200 subscribers. It blows my freaking mind. I cannot thank you guys enough. It is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, before we get into this Q&A, I quickly want to thank a good friend of mine, Poms for the Win 87, for letting me use his footage in the background of this Q&A. Now, I highly recommend checking out his channel. He's about double the size of me, but he's a great guy. The link to his channel is in the description. He is just starting up a new career mode in the next couple days. He's just announced it yesterday, where he does an entire season, and he changes car pretty much every race. And the way he picks what car he's doing for the race, he picks it out of a hat. So it's going to be twists and turns everywhere. I think it's going to be an absolutely great career mode and very interesting series, and I'd highly recommend checking him out. Like I said, the link is in the description. But anyway, let's get into the questions. Okay, the first question comes from Sid Kumar. What's faster, McLaren Honda driving forward? Oh no. Or a Mercedes driving in reverse? Oh wow. If you didn't know, I am a McLaren Honda fan, and that hurts. That hurts me deep down. Oh, the pain. Oh, wow. Probably the Mercedes, in truth. Probably the Mercedes. He also asked, will you be doing co-op series anytime soon? Now, we plan to. I've been talking to Jason in the last couple days. We plan to record it and get that series going again, but I don't know when it is actually going to happen. So, hopefully soon. Hopefully very soon. I want to finish this Williams series by F1 2016. I'm giving myself a very big window to finish it, but I want to finish it by F1 2016. Most definitely. Okay, I'll rephrase that. I will promise you guys that co-op, the Williams series that we're doing now, will be finished by F1 2016 when it comes out. I will promise you that we will get that done. We did plan originally to do 2 seasons, but when we go back to school in February, and it's our second last year of school. Shit gets serious now, so we probably won't be able to do it too much when we go back to school. So the second series probably won't happen, but I want to finish the first series with Williams. I will promise you that it'll get done before F1 2016. It's just a matter of I'm not sure when it'll be returning, but it will be returning sometime soon, hopefully, I think. Anyway, next question comes from Kukol Gaming. Are you up for collabs with other channels? Now, I actually have something planned in the coming days. We were going to record it last night, but we couldn't organize it because we had some issues with times. Because me and about 11 other guys are going to do an F1 2015 sprint mode video, and most of them are from the UK. I'm from Australia, Pom's from Australia, so it's really confusing with all the time zones, and we couldn't work out the times for last night. But I think after that failed attempt, we've worked out what sort of timing will work for all of us, so we should be able to record that tomorrow night, and then it'll be up in just into the new year. So look forward to that, assuming everything goes to plan and we record that. So that is coming up very soon. Doing a video is like 12 other small guys, so it's going to be good fun, and that will be coming in just into the new year. The next question is from XX360 Pro Gamer HD. Have you ever been to a Grand Prix before? If so, how many? Now, I have been to a fair few Grand Prix in my time. My first Grand Prix would have been 2011 Australian Grand Prix, and I've been to the Australian Grand Prix most years since. I think there was 2 years since I haven't been to it, but most years I've been to it. And I've also been to another 2 Grand Prix on top of that. In 2011, we wanted to go on holiday to Singapore, because Singapore's a nice place, you know. And my school holidays lined up with the Singapore Grand Prix. So we wanted to go to Singapore. The time that we had to go to Singapore, because of my school holidays, that lined up with the Grand Prix, and everything lined up perfectly. So we went to Singapore, had our nice holiday, and went to the Formula 1. It was absolutely great. I think it was 2011. I'm pretty sure 2011. Daniel Ricciardo was still in his HRT, and I'm pretty sure that was 2011. And also, earlier this year, I went to the Austrian Grand Prix, and it was a case of everything lining up perfectly. My dad was working in Europe, and then my mom decided had the great idea of, because he was working in the last week of my school, and then it was going to be holidays. So my mum had the great idea of when he finishes work and I finish school, which is pretty much the same day, we then fly over and have a holiday in Europe and go meet up with him. And then that all happened to line up again with the Austrian Grand Prix. Like that weekend that I finished school and he finished work was the Austrian Grand Prix. So we literally went over to Europe. So I finished school, me and my mum went to Europe and went to the Austrian Grand Prix, and my dad was working, he finished work, and then we all met up at the Austrian Grand Prix and had a good time, and then we went and toured around Europe for about a week or 2, and that was really good. So everything just lined up perfectly again, but that were all the Grand Prix I have been to. I plan to go to the Australian Grand Prix again. I was about to say this year, but it's not quite this year. It'll be, if I was recording this in about 3 days' time, I could say this year, but next year I plan to go to the Australian Grand Prix, and if I'm lucky, really lucky, it would be awesome to go to Singapore again. But anyway, next question comes from Noah. What is he asking? Far out. Why is Canada your favorite track and your favorite... Oh, fuck. Go away, Noah. Go away. Oh, wait, no. He's actually asked a serious question in there. I'm surprised. I am genuinely surprised he's asked a serious question. What is your most favorite F1 car of all time? Now, I'm a McLaren fan, so this isn't really much of a question. It is the McLaren MP44, without a question. Greatest F1 car of all time, in my opinion. Just such a cool damn car. 1988 Ayrton Senna championship winning car. I love that car to bits. And if you didn't see, it was 3-4 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, it came out on Forza 6, which was absolutely crazy, and I made a video on it, and I love that car to bits. Absolutely crazy. Okay, the next question comes from Barry. What made you start YouTube? So, this is a bit of a long story. Well, it's not that long a story, but YouTube was something I always wanted to do. I don't know why. I was always interested in making videos and entertaining people, and just having fun with it, and I always wanted to do it. I had a few cracks back when I was, back when I was in primary school, and they were dreadful. Thankfully, I don't remember the channel, so I can't actually go look back and torture myself or let you guys know those channels even existed or what their names are. So they were really bad, a few bad attempts at it. And then I was going through a rough patch last year, 2014, and I was playing games so much, it's sort of an escape, and I'm like, you know, I'm playing games more than ever, I've got so much time on my hands, let's give YouTube another crack. So, I got an Elgato, which I still have today, obviously, and I started making some FIFA videos. My first video would have been Manuel Neuer review on FIFA 15, and I pretty much bashed the shit out of the best goalkeeper in the game, and the best goalkeeper in real life. He is the best goalkeeper in real life, but he was terrible in the game, and everyone's like, oh no, he's the best goalkeeper in the game, he can't be bad. Yeah, you lie, no, it can't be true, dislike, yeah. And people just lost their shit. They spat the dummy and started disliking the video and everything. I got 58 dislikes on my first ever video, and I only got about 20 likes, and everyone was like, oh, I must be wrong, I must be retarded or something, saying Manuel Neuer was bad in the game. And then some people had used him, and they actually saw the video and agreed with me, but everyone that hadn't used him thought I was completely wrong. And I just got so much backlash. I made a few more videos and they didn't go very well, and I was like, nah, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. And and I just wasn't having that much fun with it because I was getting lots of backlash and stuff. And then as it went into 2015, things started to turn around, and I was a lot more into F1. I started to get into F1 games as I lost interest in FIFA because the game made me mad as well, which probably didn't help. And I got into F1, and then things were great. And then I sort of realized the new F1 game was coming out in a week's time, and I'm like, you know what? I've got my Elgato sitting here. Let's give this YouTube thing another crack with F1, something I absolutely love to bits, I'm super, super passionate about. So about a week before it was going to come out, I started doing some Forza Horizon 2 videos. And then, as F1 was about to come out, it ended up getting delayed by like 3 weeks or something. So I did Forza Horizon videos for about a month before F1 2015 came out. And then I did that just so I wouldn't be completely terrible, and I knew what I was doing, had a little bit of experience. And then F1 2015 came out, I started making videos, and people loved those videos, and they're going down so damn well, and I just haven't looked back since. So that's sort of why I started YouTube. Okay, next question comes from Mr. Pathfinder, or David, a good friend of mine. He asked, what is your favorite F1 rivalry? As I've said before, I am a McLaren fan and a big Ayrton Senna fan, so it's got to be Senna versus Prost, in my opinion. That's probably the greatest rivalry, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but that is my favorite rivalry by far. He also asked, most dominant era in F1 by a single team. Now, there are three that come straight to mind. The Ferrari in the early 2000s, Red Bull from 2010 to 13, and the Mercedes 2014 and 15, and probably 16, but we don't know yet. I'm not going to speculate, but, you know, they'll probably still dominate, and it'll be another boring season. But anyway, I don't know the Ferraris that, like, I only started following F1 in 2010, so I don't really know too much before then. I have sort of got to know my F1 history, especially the 80s and the early 90s, that Senna period. But the 2000s is something I really don't know too much on, but what I believe is the Ferraris were just super dominant. So it would probably be the Ferraris, but I might be wrong. I just don't know that era too well. He also asked, hardest track to race on. Now, the first track that comes to mind is Monaco, simply because it's so hard to overtake on. You're surrounded by walls, such a tight, twisty track, and it's really bumpy, and it's a very challenging track and very hard to get right. And I also like the track because I'm actually good there, so I'd say Monaco is probably the hardest track to race on. And his last question is Rubens Barrichello or Juan Pablo Montoya? Now, like I just said, my knowledge of the 2000s isn't that great, so I really don't know too much about these two guys. But from what I've seen, I'd probably go with Montoya, because from what I understand, Montoya was really quick, and Barrichello is, like, just always a number 2 driver. He's always second to a world champion, so I'd probably go Montoya, but I don't know that era well enough. Okay, the next question is from Barry. How old are you? I am 16 years old. The next question comes from Shaz. Are you friends with Arava? No, I am not, unfortunately. Next question comes from AwesomeCam98. Are you going to do more FIFA? If so, when? And what have you got planned for it? There probably isn't going to be much FIFA coming. I did originally plan to make this an F1 FIFA channel, but I got so into F1, the F1 videos were going down great, and I started doing some FIFA, and the videos weren't going down that well, and then I started to get mad at the game and not enjoying playing it, so I've sort of ditched the whole FIFA thing, and I don't really plan to bring it back. There will be a few FIFA videos coming out, not that soon necessarily, but in my sort of challenges with my friend David, or Mr. Pathfinder, he's a FIFA channel, and we play FIFA together a fair bit, so there will be a few FIFA challenges coming up, but other than that, really not many FIFA videos, if any. The next question comes from the Ghost FC. Do you have a PS3, and if so, what's your online name? Unfortunately, mate, I do not have a PS3. I have an Xbox One, and that's what I play all my games on and record all my videos on. My gamer tag is xFitcho if you want to add me on there. I'm up to race whenever you really want, but keep in mind, most of you are probably British, and I'm from Australia, so I'm 11 hours ahead of you. So if you want to play with me at, say, 2 in the afternoon your time, think again, because that's like, what, 1 a.m. or something my time, so I probably won't be up. Next question comes from CN Rosberg, Nico or Lewis, and this is a very easy question. By far, Nico. I do not like Hamilton. I won't say I hate him because that's a very strong word, but I strongly dislike Lewis Hamilton. I've never liked him as a driver. And yes, I know he was, like, attached to McLaren from a very young age. He made his debut with McLaren. He's raced for McLaren almost his entire career. He's won championships with McLaren, and I'm a McLaren fan, but no, I do not like Lewis Hamilton. I've never liked Lewis Hamilton, even when he was driving for McLaren. I only follow McLaren because of the Jenson button. I do not like Lewis one bit, and I still don't. So definitely Nico. That is why I use Nico instead of Lewis for my career mode. Ow, I've hit my elbow on my desk. I'm stupid. Anyway, next question comes from Sun1208. What other sport leagues do you watch other than Formula 1? Now, there's a fair few sport leagues I follow. I follow the BPL, I follow La Liga a bit, Bundesliga, Serie A, Champions League, and the NBA, AFL, cricket. The list goes on, but I'll just go through them quickly. The BPL, or the Premier League, I follow Manchester City. I only really follow them because my best friend follows United, and I thought I'd just follow a rival club to piss him off. And I actually quite like the club since I started following him, and I've stuck with them ever since. La Liga, I follow Real Madrid. Now, I follow them because when I started to get into soccer, my favourite player was Kaká, and he moved from Milan to Real Madrid, so I started following Real Madrid. But this season, I've sort of really lost interest in Real Madrid because I've just lost interest in them. They're not doing very well, and I just can't be bothered with La Liga anymore. Serie A, I follow AC Milan, again, because of Kaká. He's my favourite player, but I don't really follow them too much anymore because they're not very good anymore. And the Bundesliga, I follow Bayern Munich. I'm not sure really why I follow Bayern Munich. I just really like the club. I've been to one of their games, and yeah, I just really like the club, so I follow them. And in the Champions League, I follow mainly Bayern Munich because English clubs do shit anyway. NBA, I follow Golden State Warriors. I follow them because I got into basketball in the NBA by watching Golden State Warriors games, so that's the main reason I follow them. And before you say, oh, you're a bandwagoner, blah, 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 I followed them for a good 2 seasons before they won the championship, so I'm not a bandwagoner. So if you want to comment that, piss off. Anyway, I also follow the AFL a bit here in Australia. I follow Melbourne, the Demons, probably the worst team in the league. So I'm not a glory hunter. So I know most of the teams I've listed make me sound like a glory hunter, but in the AFL I follow pretty much the worst team. But I didn't exactly have a choice in who I followed. But anyway, so the next question comes from So My Name Was Stolen, Brock Goat. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I don't, unfortunately. And the final question on today's Q&A comes from Arrowman01. Who is the best F1 driver to never win a championship? Oh, wait, Noah! Look at Noah's response to that. Will the Lad Stevens. I'm so done. Anyway, back to the question. Let's not get distracted here. Best driver to never win a championship. When I think about this, there are two drivers that come straight to mind. Sterling Moss and Gilles Villeneuve. But it's hard to compare the two drivers, as Sterling Moss came from a time where they didn't really record the races and you got no footage to go on, whereas you can watch Gilles Villeneuve race and stuff, so it's hard to compare them. But I don't know. I reckon Gilles Villeneuve, had he not passed away, could have won the championship. But Sterling Moss got unlucky and came second so many damn times. It's hard to compare them. But I'll say Gilles Villeneuve because Noah's Canadian. He's one of my good friends. So that is all for today's Q&A. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, thank you guys so freaking much for 250 subscribers. Well, 275 now. It's absolutely crazy. It's ridiculous. I can't thank you guys enough. Go check out Pumps for the Win 87. His link is in the description. It's his footage you have been watching in the background. If you have enjoyed, smash that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.